Hi everyone, Mykan here. I know that before the Doomtree Saga, the sailors lost their memories and a whole bunch of other stuff. Well, we're just going to have to fudge things up this time. Just this once. And never again. Chapter 1! A normal, quiet morning until a certain shriek of shock alerted everyone in the neighborhood. Who was shrieking and why was she shrieking? 2 guesses, but you'd only need 1. Ah! Wait again! Cried Serena as she dashed out the door, almost forgetting her lunch and book bag. No, why does school have to be so early in the morning? From the rooftop, Luna watched her run down the street.
Oh, honestly, can't that girl ever get her act together?
She grumbled, and then stretched out for a catnap. Later that day! Serena was glad school was over, but she'd feel even gladder if she hadn't flunked another test. No, Mama's gonna kill me for this! She sighed as she gazed at her poor mark. Even Molly did better than she did, and instead of studying last night, all they did was hang out at the arcade and finish off with a milkshake. Now Serena had 2 more bad things to look forward to. Study buddies at the Cherry Hill Temple, and her gym teacher said for extra credit to go through a workout at the gym! Can you believe it? Too bad Queen Beryl was gone, and she could just get a good workout by kicking some nega creep's butt! But that was all behind her now. Serena even received an email from Darien earlier that day, telling her he had to work overtime at the cafe. He was the assistant manager and his boss called in sick, so he'd have to work overtime. So their date was postponed. Could this day get any worse? Serena cried. Meanwhile, in the Negaverse! Ganondorf had taken the remains of Queen Beryl's old lair and transformed it into a new fortress, just like the one he used to dwell in. He revived all his minions and was ready to begin his quest for world dominance.
Now, all of you, listen to what I say.
His deep voice echoed.
We all know that I will never be able to gather the 2 Triforce parts I need as both those rocks are gone. Therefore, we shall require a new method of attack to gain power. Understand?
Yes, Lord Ganon! All the hundreds of minions said at once.
Now, if I remember correctly, Queen Beryl had devised a way to unleash darkness with the power of human energy. We will succeed where she has failed. So, Phantom Ganon, present yourself before me.
Yes, Master.
Purple smoke began wheezing everywhere near Ganondorf's throne, and when it cleared, his phantom clone had appeared and bowed before his king.
Even as we speak, my lord, I have already hatched a plan to freeze all of the energy we require.
He said,
My servant, Wolfos, is already bringing a scheme to life.
Ganondorf sniggered wickedly.
Good. Make sure he does not mess this up.
He said,
With no hero of time to worry about, this should be a simple task.
Meanwhile, at the cafe, Darren's newest employee, a fine young teenager who went by the name of Wolf Sayeki, was busy helping serve all the customers some of his finest coffee he made himself from scratch. Business sure seemed to be working fine this afternoon. Darien never saw so many customers at once, not even if they were busy. Joe, I have one with cream! Make mine with mocha sprinkles!
I'll take extra sugar!
Wolf gave the customers all their coffees just as they liked them. There's a lot more where that came from, he said warmly. I got plenty of pots full for everyone. Yes, sir. Darien actually thought he'd be able to call Serena up and tell her the date was on after all.
Hey, Wolf, Would mind taking over my shift for the day?
He asked. Sure, boss, whatever you say, boss, said Wolf. Darien liked it when he was called boss. Really made him feel like the man around those parts. Wolf watched all the customers drink down their coffees. That's right, Earthlings. Drink it all down, he thought wickedly. Little do you realize that for every drop you drink, you'll only help my master, Lord Ganondorf. Yup. The coffee he made had a special spell on it, so when the people drank it, instead of gaining energy, they lost it! And they didn't start to feel weak until they left the cafe. Whoa, man! What's going on?
I feel strange.
Meanwhile, in a secret location, Phantom Ganon was absorbing all the energy into a cauldron!
So much energy and more coming. You serve me well, Wolfos.
He said to himself.
At this rate, we'll be able to take over the Earth in no time. And there's no harrow of time to stop us now.
Meanwhile, at Cherry Hill, study buddies went on as usual, but today something felt peculiar as the girls fanned themselves. They even have the nerve to take off some of their clothes.
Whoa! Is it hot? Or is it just me?
Cried Mina.
I'm sorry,
said Ray.
Grandpa doesn't know where it's coming from, but it's been like this for a few days now.
Well, looks like the fire's finally getting to you, eh, Ray? Serena joked.
Very funny, meatball head,
snapped Ray, and as the two broke into a quarrel until Lita slammed her book down. We'll two knock it off, she shouted. Added Amy.
We're supposed to be studying for our midterm exams, not how to diz each other.
Just then there was a knock at the door. Ray's grandpa came in. Yoo-hoo! Sorry to bust in like this, girls, but you have a call from Serena! From some guy named Darien! Serena dashed out the room in a split second, and it only took a minute for the girls to realize what was going on. So Serena left without a word. No more boring homework for me tonight! She giggled. The cats really got annoyed with the way she lacked her responsibilities and discipline.
Sometimes I wonder why she was even bored if she just wants to laze about,
Artemis said. But actually, the girls decided to find somewhere else to study, due to the heat wherever it was coming from. It was powerful. Suddenly, Mina dropped her book. Lita picked them up. Hey, Mina, what's... Then she stopped and saw what Mina was staring at. Ooh, handsome hunk at 1 o'clock, she said with heart-shaped pupils in her eyes. Soon all the girls agreed he was kind of cute. About their height with good ripped arms, dark blonde, almost tan-colored hair. What a catch. Lita and Mina began quarreling over who got dibs on him, but by the time they broke it up, he was already gone. Oh, I missed him. Thanks a lot, Mina. Hey! It wasn't my fault! And they broke into another quarrel. Ray and Amy, however, got a good glimpse of that dude's expression. He seemed to be rather strange, sort of angry and sad, but very deep in thought. Meanwhile, the young man, who in actuality was Link, in his human-shaped disguise, had reached a rather large temple in the fields. The Temple of Time. He walked inside and sealed the door, which was marked with a sign. Intruders will be prosecuted. Letting the soft sound of the music in the temple calm him. He even knelt down by the altar before the door of time and prayed for the gods to bless his beloved Zelda. I will never be with another woman for the rest of eternity, he said, deep in thought. What I am doing for you, dearest Zelda, my one and only true love. Later that evening, Serena and Darien were taking a romantic stroll through the quiet city after seeing a romantic movie of Serena's choosing. She sniffled and dabbed her eyes. Oh, wow! That was the most tragic ending I ever saw! She cried. Darien had a tear to shed, too. Yeah, all the man wanted to be the girl, and he worked so hard only to end up only and in tears. He said, "Hey, wanna go grab a coffee? My treat." Serena smiled at him. "Silly! The entire date is your treat, remember?" She giggled. Darien smirked at her. "I know, but I just like to say it." But when they got to the cafe, a terrible sight met their eyes. Customers laying all over the floor, out cold.
Hey, what happened here?
Wolf came outside, sniggering evilly. "Ha ha ha! What's happened is they've all served their purpose in giving me their energy," he said. "Their energy?" cried Serena. "Just who exactly are you?" Wolf's eyes glowed golden yellow. "Wouldn't you like to know? Brah! Ha ha ha! Ha ha!" Black smoke began surrounding his body. Serena jumped all affright into Darien's arms as the smoke cleared and a fierce, wolf-like creature appeared. "Darien!" cried Serena.
Grr! Who are you?
Darien growled.
And what have you done to Wolf?
Wolfo sniggered and licked his claws. "There never was any wolf Saeki," he growled. "I am a Wolfos and a stealer of human flesh and energy. Yup, 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 yup." He poised his claws at the couple. "I'll only give you this one chance. Give yourselves up, and I just may let you live." Serena and Darien nodded at each other. "Sorry, Wolf Breath, but we have something else in mind!" She grabbed her locket. And Darien held out his red rose.
Power change!
"Oh, what the?" cried Wolfos. "You harmed innocent people, and I cannot allow you to do this! I am Sailor Moon, champion of justice! I will right wrongs and triumph over evil, and in the name of the moon I'll punish you! And I am the Great Tuxedo Mask! Prepare to be grounded into wolf meat!" Wolfos glanced at you and just snorted. "You conquer me!" he mocked. "Pa! Ha ha ha! Oh, please! I could entertain myself easier with the game of solitaire." Tuxedo Mask stepped forward. "I'll go first, Sailor Moon. You call the other scouts," he said as he whipped out his cane. Sailor Moon agreed and let her love go for Wolfos. "Bring it on, Cape Boy."